Hey, what up, y'all? I'm back with another video. I wanted to reach out to everyone today because as y'all can tell, it's pretty gloomy outside and the sun is not shining. And sometimes your life is exactly like that. It's gloomy, you get down, but you gotta have faith. Faith is a big and a major factor in all of our lives. Because without faith, a lot of things would not happen. We would not make it through some of the things that we've made it through. Life can be harsh, life can be hard. Everyone knows that. It damn sure has been hard to me. When I was down and I had no one to turn to, I had nowhere to go, I only had faith. I believed that I would get out of whatever situation I was in, whatever I was going through, and I did. Because wherever the sun is not shining and it's raining, believe that it's going to shine. It never rains forever because it's never sunny forever. And your life is exactly that same way. For instance, I had someone call me today and they were asking me for advice. It was a young lady. She was crying on the phone because she's going through some things right now. Life has been hard on her. Life has been beating her down for years now, not just this year, not just last year. It's been beating her down for a long time. And when life beats down on you, sometimes you get worn out, just like anything else in life. If something goes through hardships, if something is being beat on constantly, all the time, all day, every day, it starts to wear down. And with people, we start to wear down mentally and then sometimes physically because, as you know, your mental health is very important to your physical health as well. It's not just about going to the gym and working out means you're healthy. No, your mental health it plays a major part and a major role in your physical health. Because when you think and you know that you're healthy, your body reacts in that way. And she's battling a sickness right now. She's been going through certain types of therapies and she's in remission. But she's afraid that her sickness has came back. Her illness has came back to plague her. And the doctors, of course, don't want to get your hopes up high. So they have to tell you exactly what the case is. They're not going to tell you what you want to hear because sometimes when they do that and it turns out to be worse than they told you, then guess what? It becomes their fault. So I told her that she has to have faith. She has to believe that whatever she's going through right now is for a reason. And I wholeheartedly believe that, and you should too, because I'm pretty sure you've gone through some things yourself. If not an illness, it's a death. If not a death, it's a loss. If not a loss, it could be a gain. Not all gains are good. We have to remember that. Sometimes you gain things for the worse. Sometimes you gain things for the better. Yes, it has happened to me. So I told her to stop worrying about everything that she's going through right now because worrying does nothing but bring you down. Worrying is a sickness. Worrying is a sickness. Think about that for a second. When you worry about when you're going to be able to pay your bills, when you worry about where your next meal is coming from, when you worry about paying for that oil change in your car, when you worry about your car breaking down, what does that do? It doesn't solve anything, does it? No, it doesn't. It creates more problems because that one problem that started out as minute, it now grows. It now becomes a bigger problem because you are putting so much energy into it. It starts off as a small ball of energy because that's what our thought process and patterns are. It's energy. That is why when you think about something hard enough, you start to attract it into your life if you work hard enough to work towards it. You start to attract it. You start to pull it into your life. And when you start to think about and worry about some of these issues and problems that you go through, then guess what? That's exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get more issues and more problems. That small ball of energy is going to grow into a major problem. It's just like a snowball that is rolling down a hill. The more it rolls, the bigger it gets, right? It's the same thing. So I told her she needs to concentrate on her kids. She needs to concentrate on her new place because she just moved into a new place And of course, she's afraid of not being able to afford the rent where she's at right now, because her and her husband went from renting a small place to a bigger place. So now her rent is more. So she needs to make more money. And I told her not to even worry about that, because things are going to work themselves out. Everybody knows that the universe does not give you things that you do not ask for. The universe does not give you the hard jobs that it knows you cannot handle, because you were meant to handle it. You're a soldier. We all are. If you don't think that you're a soldier, well, you got something else coming, because you've been fighting this fight since you were born. Life is not easy. We all know this. This is a war. Did you not know that? Life is a war. It's a fight. It's a struggle. It really is. It's supposed to be easy. Yes, I agree with you. But if anyone tells you that life is easy, they're lying to you. They are blatantly lying to you, because life is not easy. It's a hard fight, and you have to fight daily. You have to fight every day for anything and everything that you want. You must fight, because you are a soldier. And that's what she is. She is a soldier. That's why when her illness hit her, she was able to go into remission. Why? Because she fought. She fought hard. She fought with all her might. And now that she thinks that she might be sick again, she's starting to go right back down into that dark, deep, cold hole that she was in. Yes, she is starting to go into a deep depression. And depression does nothing but cause more depression, and cause more worry, and cause more heartache. She has to understand that as she fights, the universe is going to be right there beside you. God is going to be right there, looking over you, looking over your shoulder, telling you that you can do it, even though you may not think that you can do it. And all she kept telling me was, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Well, don't be scared and don't be worried. This is for all of the people out here that watch this video. By the time you see this video, if you're going through an illness, if you're going through a sickness, I'm here to tell you that everything is going to be okay, because you're still alive. And as long as you are alive, as long as you are breathing, as long as you are walking this earth, you have a chance to fight. Until you are 6 feet deep, until you're in the coffin, until you're under that dirt, you still have a chance to fight. So fight you must. I want you to fight. Yes, I want you to pull all the power, all the energy that you have, put it into fighting whatever illness, whatever sickness, whatever you are going through. Fight. And that's what she has to do. She can't give up. When you give up, it's over. It's over. Why worry? Why cry about it? It's over. You've already given up. The sickness is already taking you over, taking your body over, taking your mind over. There's nothing else that you can do. So you have to fight in order to get over it. I'm going to share a short story with y'all, and then I'll be out of here, out of your hair. But years ago, the company that I worked for at the time, they were bought out by another company. So everyone came on board with the new company, including myself. I wasn't happy with it. They said that nothing was going to change, but of course, you know, those are lies. Those are lies that corporations tell you in order to retain you, in order to keep you. And I started working for them, and I swear I only worked for them one day. And I knew that this was not the company. This is not a place that I wanted to work. This is not a company I wanted to work for. What did I do? Knowing that I had bills to pay. I had just accumulated more bills because I was making more money, which is exactly what we do as human beings. The more money you make, the more bills you accumulate. So no one is ever truly rich financially because you're paying so many bills. But I quit. I told them that I was not going to work for them. Yes, I took a leap of faith. I quit. I told them, no, I am not going to work for y'all. This is not for me. And I got home that same day. I sat on my bed, you know, hand facing my palm, and I was a little worried at the time. I'm not even going to lie, I'm only human. So I was worried. I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills. Things just started running through my mind. I was trying to figure out, how am I going to pay these bills that I just accumulated? How am I going to eat? Of course, I had some money saved up, but we all know how long your savings usually last, especially when you're not working and you don't have any more money coming in. So I was worried. I'm not even going to lie. But this was a test for me. Yes, I try to practice what I preach, but at that time, it's like while you're living in it, things are harder for you to see versus being that person looking from the outside in. See, people can give you advice all day. People can tell you, hey, everything's going to be all right. What are you worried about? When they're not going through it. But I was actually going through some hardships, and I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills. I didn't know if I was going to get kicked out or not. The rent was due. And as I sat there, something came over me and said, man, everything is going to be all right. Don't worry. Everything is going to work out. And I said, man, get out of here. That's bullshit. Faith isn't going to pay my bills. Faith isn't going to put food in my mouth. Faith, it's not going to feed me. Believe in what? I believe in the dollar. That's what pays all the bills. And so I continued to, pray on it. I said, things will be all right. Things are going to work out. Stop worrying. Things are going to work out. And guess what? The next day, I got a phone call from another company. They told me that they were just hired by a major corporation, and that corporation gave them my name and said that they wanted me to head that account. Yes. When I got that phone call, I don't think you know and understand what came over me, how I felt, how fast my heart was beating. My heart wanted to bust out my chest. I don't think you understand what that feeling is until you go through it. I just couldn't believe it, but I believed it because I had faith. The day before, I had told myself everything is going to be all right. Even though I was a little worried, I still told myself, man, everything is going to be all right. It's going to work out. And so I started working for that new company. I started making more money. They gave me more money. And then from there on, I actually moved up in that company. I actually started making more money than I've ever made in my entire life. And all I had to do was have faith. All I had to do was believe. All I had to do was tell myself, everything is going to be all right. So for you that is watching this video right now, if you're going through something, I'm going to tell you that everything is going to be all right. And if it ain't, keep fighting.